is freaking out. They are really spazzing out. They're going crazy and saying crazy things and nobody knows what's true, and it's kind of like the end of days. Hey! But now we will talk about some stuff. I can't make up lyrics while I'm playing the ukulele. Should you listen to Trench? I don't know anything. Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stummy, the pop song professor, and welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by explaining and sometimes roasting song lyrics on school days. And today we are talking about whether you should listen to Trench now that it's leaked, and whether its leak is for real or whether it's just some fans going crazy. I have done extensive research into Twitter. That's less impressive than it sounds because basically I just tweeted at people and was like, what the freak is going on? And I learned almost nothing. Tyler, if you're watching this, please comment down below, explain to us what is going on and what you want the Skeleton Clique to do. That would be invaluable. I'm taking constant social media breaks while filming this to keep checking up on all of the tons of notifications from people like you with strong opinions about, hey, it's okay, here's some proof. And people who are like, no, don't do it. You're defaming the name of the 21 Pilots and you're no true fan of theirs. Where do I fall in all of this? Honestly and completely truthfully, I really don't care. I have way too much to do tonight and the rest of my life, and during my regular work, that I just don't have time to sort through the moral consequences of something like this. But I do want to talk about it with you guys, maybe just to give some talking points and some ideas and perspectives and some of the facts so that you can make your own minds up. Basically, there are those two crowds that I just mentioned. The first one is like, hey, these fans that are releasing it, they're not getting it from 21 Pilots. 21 Pilots isn't releasing it, and it's not true, and so we should respect the band and not listen to it. I mean, honestly, I think that's a fair point and perspective to have. That's cool with me. But they keep saying things like, I'll wait till the band leaks it. If the band leaks, the band leaking an album is called a release, okay? And that's happening Thursday at midnight. But that's not a leak, okay? So just stop saying that at least. Tyler did post on Instagram a couple of days ago that, you know, we were gonna see Trench October 5th ish, which seems to be sort of an inside joke because 21 Pilots never seems to not leak stuff. Blurry Face was leaked before, like several days, either the Monday or the Tuesday, I think, before the album was gonna come out. Maybe it was the Wednesday. And everybody, you know, nobody freaked out about it then, but now everybody's like way hardcore freaking out about it. And they, you know, somebody asked a valid question like, well, how do we know that that was actually a leak and not, you know, just like some fan like leaking it? And I mean, we don't actually know, but doesn't it seem a little bit weird that that album was released a few days before, this album seems to be leaked a few days before, and every single single from this album seems to have been leaked a few days before? Like, and then with the October 5th-ish joke, it just seems like leaking things early is something that 21 Pilots does. And so people getting super like moralistic and heavy-handed about this, I don't really have time for that, because hopefully you still want to have your friends after this album is released, right? So I think that we should all take a little bit of a chill pill, put things into just a little bit of perspective. I'm as excited about this as anybody, but I don't see the need to like totally ruin like relationships or to be a jerk on Twitter about it. The other group of people is just like, hey, let's go listen to it. And there's some kind of compelling proof, but it's not ever like fully provable. Like there'll be a tweet from somebody who said that they went to FYE and the people there were like, yeah, we were allowed to sell it on Tuesday, so here's a copy. And they're playing it from the speakers or whatever. But we don't have any proof of that happening. We don't have photos, we don't have video, and so it's just the word of some random stranger on the internet who's not even using their own name. And there's been a couple of instances of that. Obviously, the store in Australia did sell an early copy or two this last weekend, and Warner Brothers Group came down hard on that. I'm not seeing any mention of Warner Brothers Group this time. Like, I think that maybe Twitter blocked something. I don't know if anybody's actually blocking this, but that was like this huge crackdown and it seemed like a big deal. There doesn't seem to be any of it this time. And so on that hand, I'm kind of like, okay, sure, maybe. But it seems like maybe different stores are responsible for the leak, whether that's just like somebody getting a hold of a copy or something like that and then sharing it, or people selling it early when they don't know if they're supposed to or not. And that does seem to be the source, but my question is, what makes you think that Tyler wouldn't call up one FYE and be like, hey, I need you guys to sell 5 copies of Trench and then stop? Like, Like, what do you think a leak from the band looks like? Does it look like Tyler posting it on his Instagram? Does it look like him making it available to purchase in iTunes? Because, I mean, if he was going to leak it and it's a leak and it's not him just being like, here's the album, everybody, wouldn't he try to like make it look kind of inconspicuous, like maybe somebody else had leaked it? And I'm not saying that everybody here is acting ethically. I'm just saying that I think in this situation, some of you guys wouldn't recognize a leak if it was a drip drop of water on top of your head from a hole in the ceiling. That was a little bit contrived, a little bit heavy-handed, and not very clever. I apologize. And again, I'm not saying that the leak is 100% legit. I just think people who are like, oh yeah, this came from a fan, obviously it's not real. I mean, how is that evidence of anything? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that none of y'all know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Nobody knows anything. And so in this case, I think all that matters is your conscience. But if you are expressing your conscience in either way, as a way to make people feel bad, or as a way to express your great morality, how much better a human being and a Skeleton Clique member than you are than everybody else, I mean, ain't nobody got time for that. Again, I'm not saying that there's an answer one way or the other. I'm just saying that none of y'all have an answer other than your own consciences. Your own consciences, yeah, that's right, and what you think is right here. And the only requirement that there is of you is just not to be a tool about it, whoever you are. Yeah, and I think that that's basically all that I have to say about this topic. So sorry for the really awful intro with that very terrible piece of ukulele-inspired music that I wrote, but it just felt very appropriate, and I had a song welling up in my heart that I felt like needed to be shared with you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. You can check out these videos if you're not constantly refreshing Twitter right now, and comment below what you think we should do here in a respectful way. And if you have evidence, actual evidence, sources or proof or anything, I'd love to see those in the comments down below as well. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.